we can go ahead with the next part, and that is inheritance now. Here I'm trying to cover first practical part, and then I'll come back to theory. What happened once I, let's say if I switch to theory, then it will be very difficult for me to come back to again practical. So that's what I'm trying to say, like, let us use a practical, and practically we'll try to understand most of the concept here. And as a summary only, I will be going back to the theory. So there's a bank application, and now, okay, let us comment this section, because this is all like for testing purpose I use it. How to inherit. As I said, this particular workshop, you're going to learn how to develop the bank application. So gradually I'm writing the code now, step by step, and trying to develop one small application using the object-oriented programming feature now. Now let's say you have bank app as a one class. Bank is having two more categories, and you can think about like customer here, and another category you can think about employee. So let us write one class that is a customer class. The first preference goes to the customer here, because bank is providing services to the customer. So let us think like, okay, now if you like to design the class customer, how to inherit the properties from the bank class to the customer class. That we are going to test it now. So let me write in another cell so that you can understand, like, this is available to other cell also by inheritance. Class customer, and you can decide, okay, you like to write a customer bank customer, you can add bank customer, okay, that's fine. That's to understand that these are the bank customers, so you can say bank customer, so that by name also we can understand that what exactly you are trying to do. Let me know why I'm writing this kind of naming convention, because see, when you write your code, by name you should understand what you're doing. Whenever you're writing the variable name or object variable name, class variable name, if your name is clear, don't write ABC or XYZ. Those example, if you write it, you won't understand why you wrote the X, why you wrote the Y. XYZ doesn't signify, doesn't say anything. But when you write the specific name, you know, like, this is a variable for storing the name. This is a variable for storing the city. So let us write the specific name. Let us write the, even the class name by understanding, okay, now I'm saying bank customer. Even customer could have worked, but I say, okay, now because customer could be of any, not only for the bank, could be for some other classes. So I don't want to say that this particular customer belong to some other classes, which could be the car class. Car may have customer, or maybe automobile class. No, I don't want to mention that. So here I'm very much specific now to say that this is a bank customer class. Now this bank customer class is here I'm going to do what? Inheritance now. How to inherit the properties of the bank application now. I just need to write the opening closing bracket and just say bank app now. This is what my class name. This is the class name. And now I'm writing bank app. I'm just saying the colon, and here I'm saying this is a customer, bank customer class. Bank customer class. Let us see and test what happened after the inheritance. I did a very simple thing here, very much simple thing. Now let me tell you here, the bank customer is a child of bank application. Bank application become the what? Parent class. This is the one wording. Second way you can say bank customer is a subclass. Third way you can say bank customer is what? You say the child class, you say subclass, right? So these are all like a way to say the same thing. Now bank app become either parent or base class, right? Or you can say super class. So these are like various names. So here the parent class is bank app, or and the bank customer is a child class. So what is child class means here? When you say child class is something where you have the properties from your parent now. So parent is already having certain properties, they work hard and they're having certain properties now. Now what the child benefit is, like, what are the properties the parent has earned, parent would like to share to the child now. As a result, you get the benefit, right? That's why we say parent-child relationship between the class now. So here, let us see what all properties the parent is sharing to the child, and that is the child is here now, bank customer now. So here we will see what happened by default. By default, let me tell you that bank app, which is the parent, is giving everything to the child. By default, okay? By default, your parent is giving everything to the child. Let us see how does it work. So let us write here the another object. What I will do here, I will just write one of this object now, just to save the time. And this time I'm just testing, like, can I now create an object of this bank customer? Just doing that. So bank customer object. So I should check, like, is it going to work or not? Is the parent is giving the permission to access the, what are the attributes which are declared in the parent class? So child is having the permission or not? So let us check the SDFC. Okay, if you are confused with this, like I will say here, customer 1. Okay, and just saying the customer 1.info. I don't want you to confuse between the name. These are just name of the object. You can write whatever the name you want. Just to avoid the confusion, here I'm writing a new variable, and that is the object variable again. This is object here, that is a customer 1, which is object of bank customer now. And with this object, I'm trying to access all the attribute. Let us test it now. Wonderful. So bank app, who is the parent now, has given access to all the attributes which are declared, right? So you can see how the parents are. Parents are giving everything to the child, and the child is able to access by default. That's what the significance of inheritance. Here the inheritance is something where reusability. Property is there, the data is there, just reuse it. You don't require to again declare the same thing which is already there. But definitely child is also having something new thing to do, right? Why do we do reusability here? Why do we inherit? Because we want something to be taken from the parent, but then child would like to build their own property also. Child would like to make his own property. How the child can make his own property now? Child can make his own property by writing his own method, by writing his own data. So that we are going to write it now. So here I'm going to write another method, and that is by def, and say here the method name is cinfo. And in this case, first parameter again self, and then say cname, and seeing here customer name, customer info method, info method. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to show here, that the child, that is a bank customer, is already having all the properties available now. In addition to that, obviously child will have his own name, child will class will have some other info also. So I'm using this name as a child because that's where it's very easy to relate. You can understand the properties like parent and child. These are the terminology which are very easy. Sometimes, instead of using the the subclass, superclass, because we get confused between those terminology. When you say use a base class, so most of you guys may not be like, what is a base class? So you don't require to now understand that, or derived class. So instead of using this word like base class and derived class, I'm using the word here right now, and the terminology which is same. Like base means here there is a parent class, and derived class is the child class, right? So I'm saying here child class, and under the child class I'm using the method cinfo now. Now cinfo is having certain, say, like customer name now. So here I'm saying cname, which is the self.cname, and having the cname is a customer name now, and printing the customer name, percentage s, and then percentage self.cname. Let us test this child method now. that is bank customer, who is a child of bank app. And we are going to test this new method in addition to the methods which are already declared in the parent class. So here I'm going to do that part. Customer one dot c info. What is that? C info. Okay, very good. That's what we should do it. Test it. Like what happened here now, it is saying the error that what is that? Missing one required position argument C name. Right. We did not pass till now, so we have to pass it. So what is the name? Maybe I am the customer of the HDFC Bank. So I'm writing my name now here. Surendra is the customer name, and it has come now. You just pass it and you got the result now. So now this bank customer, who is a child of bank app, is having certain properties. What is that properties? Is having the parent properties which are already there. Along with that, he is having own method also, and is having his own name here, right? Customer name, not just the bank name. So we have the bank name also, and we have customer name also. Now here we can write many more parameter. It's not just like about the, so you can think about, okay, customer city, customer age, what is the parameter you want to pass it, that all thing you can do in the case of customer info also. Now this is about like how the by default the inheritance work here. I did not do any kind of overriding here. I just wrote a new method in this case. So this is very, very simple and straightforward inheritance in this case. So I can say it's a single inheritance because I just, access only one class here. I did not access more than one class. If I'm accessing more than one parent, then what happened? That also we are going to check it. But here, let us first finish this project itself. That in this project, we are trying to first access only one class now. And then we'll also try multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. I'll show the example, but not in the, because that if I try to show the example of all the types of inheritance, what will happen? We'll not able to finish this exercise then. So that's why I will show that example separately. Okay, so now here, let us try to understand another concept called overriding and overloading. So this was a part of inheritance now. So I'll just write the comment also. Insert cell above, and this was about inheritance. So let me write certain documents so that you understand what we are doing now. So here it was about the inheritance, and it was a single inheritance right now. Now in this case, let us see like, okay, what if I override the method? What happened? So how to override now? So that I will be doing in the next part.